With great frequency, we hear about the skills gap. Do you feel the term skills gap effectively encapsulates the problem?
I don't. Actually, I believe that the problem is much broader than just a skills gap, and actually, I define it more as a workforce shortage. If I put it into a problem statement, I would state it as there's a lack of workers, both skilled and unskilled, to satisfy the current needs of commerce, both current state and in the future. So it's much broader than just a skills gap.
So isn't referring to the issue as a workforce shortage just giving a different name for the same issue?
No, I don't believe that it is. If I were to break down what I call the workforce shortage into four specific areas, I would say that the first area is what I personally refer to as the social gap. And I think that's a part of this that is unpopular and a lot of times ignored. There's a layer of society or a layer of people that are unemployable for a variety of reasons. It could be that they don't have a high school equivalency. It could be that there's a substance abuse issue. There's a variety of different factors. One of the interesting statistics that I had heard is that every year, or at least recent times, about 7,000 kids from MPS don't graduate. So in my opinion, those youths, they're not thinking about, do I go to a four-year school or a tech school? There's a deeper issue. So that is what I call the social gap. The second piece is what I call career path development. And I guess you could also call that the skills gap. But the career path development is a little bit broader because it also encompasses there's a shortage for four-year schools. As you and I both know, we've struggled to find finance people and engineers.
Yeah.
So it's broader than just the skilled trades. The third piece I would qualify as retention and attraction. I think the goal for the state of Wisconsin as our commerce evolves is to keep the workers that we've got and then also attract people.
Mm-hmm.
We certainly want people to view Wisconsin as a great place to live and to work. And then the fourth piece, and if I kind of go back to the beginning, I always talk about if I could wave a magic wand and solve the social gap, and if that was solved and everybody who was unemployed was in search of employment, then wave it again, and then the workforce, or the career path development piece was solved, and all those people looking for work had a marketable skill, then how do we keep those people here? And then the fourth piece is demographics. One half of our workforce is in the last trimester of the traditional working career. Age 20 to 35 being the first trimester, 35 to 50 being the second, and then the third being 50 to 65. One half of the workforce is going to exit the workforce in the next 15 years. So the demographics piece really ties into more probably a national issue with immigration and getting additional working able-bodied people here to the area.
So that's really an interesting perspective. So what do you think we can do to work toward a solution?
Well, I think, as you and I have both been involved in a lot of discussions around the state, a lot in Madison, a lot obviously in Dodge County, a lot in Milwaukee. There's a lot of people doing a lot of stuff, a lot of really, really good things to help solve problems. I think we need to get consensus first on what the actual problem is. As I've stated, I consider it to be a workforce shortage, not just a skills gap. So I think we need to get consensus, determine who has the lead on determining what the solutions are, and then get everybody on the same page. I see a lot of things going on around southeastern Wisconsin that are complementary to each other, but some things that might even be a little bit not competitive, but where some synergistic approach would help solve the problem faster.
Mm-hmm. How critical do you believe solving this problem will be to the growth of Wisconsin's commerce?
To me, the people are going to be the pacing item. I think they already are. As I look at private sector growth, I kind of break it into four key areas of what I call the four pillars of private sector growth. It's kind of start at the top. We need efficient government. That is commerce friendly and all the things that go within that. We need accessible and competitive energy is one of the pillars. We need to have access to logistics, obviously transportation systems for people to move goods and services. And then the fourth piece is a ready and able workforce.
Right.
So it absolutely is a pacing item. You need all four of those things for private sector growth to be consistent, for companies that are already in Wisconsin to stay here and to grow, and for companies that are looking to expand to consider coming to Wisconsin. So to me, it's an absolute differentiator, and I think if Wisconsin can be the state to solve the workforce challenge, the workforce shortage, I think it gives us a huge leg up on growing our economy at a pace faster than our neighboring states.
I agree. Lots of good things to think about.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.